I love building and playing cigar box guitars, but I also like building these 6-string guitar kits as well. You can pick them up pretty cheap, and it allows you to add your own custom finish. If you watch this channel on a regular basis, which I recommend that you do, you may remember a few builds that I've done with 6-string guitars. Let's see, we had the blue distressed Stratocaster, we've had the rustic Telecaster, I built the Burncaster, the Barncaster, and the Tobacco Burst Les Paul. And if you've missed any of those build videos, I will leave a link to each one of those down in the description. As far as guitar kits go, they got any shape or style you want out there. Now, one guitar body that I like, and I don't have one but always wanted one, was a semi-hollow body. So that's what I got right here in this box. Now this guitar here is from Beck's Gears, and I will leave a link to it down below in the description. Well, let's open this thing up, take a look at the parts, and see what I'm working with. Well, let's take a look inside. Okay, first let's check out the body, which I'm assuming is in the big box. That's the body right there. Now the wood here is okame, and it looks like I will need to do some sanding on the face here. It looks a little blotchy, if you could see that. So I'll have to do some sanding on that before I put a finish on it. Let's put that aside, and let's check out the neck. Oh, I do like the grain in that neck. The neck is maple, and the fretboard is listed as a composite ebony. Looks pretty straight. Awesome. I like the neck. I probably won't do anything to that at all. That's beautiful just the way it is. And let's see what's in the parts box. Okay, we got the instructions right there. This is pretty nice. It's got almost like a Telecaster style bridge and tailpiece. And this is the pick guard. Like that. Now this one here doesn't require any soldering. It just has these little plugs that you just plug the wires together. So that makes it pretty easy. And we got a cord, tuners, and some strings. Now this should be a pretty easy kit to put together. They give you this little step-by-step, fully illustrated little booklet here, which shows you how to do it all. But I probably won't use that because I built a few of these and I'm pretty smart. The reason I know I'm pretty smart is my wife bought herself this cup. And that says it all. This neck is really nice. There's no sharp fret ends. And I read the material, and there is a matte lacquer finish on the neck. So I'm not going to touch it at all. It's on a 25.5-inch scale. I put the straight edge on top of the frets, and you can see that in the front there, a little gap there. I'll flip it over this way. You can see that gap right there toward the headstock. So it looks like the neck toward the back here is going down just a hair. But we will adjust all that when we put it together. We'll do the truss rod adjustment and make it perfect. Now I don't know what this body weighs, but trust me, it's super light. And I see, like right here, see the glue squeeze, glue on the wood, glue here, and there's little glue squeeze spots here and there, and the top's a little blotchy if you can see it. Almost looks like there's a layer of glue right there. And I'm gonna do a special stain on this body So all that glue stuff has to come off or you're going to have some blotchy spots in your stain. So what I'm going to do first is sand this down as smooth as I can to get all that glue drip stuff off of there so we can put the finish on it. Now I'm going to use a special stained finish for this body, one I've never used before. Why? Because I'm going to mix it myself. And if it doesn't come out good, I'm just going to set it on fire. You know, I've done that before. Well, I've got the body pretty much sanded nice and smooth everywhere. I've got the neck pocket area taped off. And my idea for the finish on this is this. I do not have a red guitar, but I don't want it bright red. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this barn red stain right here, but I want it to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to mix it with some dark walnut. And what's that going to look like? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but we're going to find out here in a few minutes. I'm going to start by putting some red stain in this little container using this little Betty Crocker measuring scoop here that I got out of the kitchen that I hope my wife's not going to be looking for. Don't worry, I'll get it back in the kitchen soon. Hey, it's red. She might not even see the stain in it. I'm just kidding. I'm going to wash it first. Man, I hope she doesn't see this video. Well, let's see if we can make a mess over here. Okay, there is the red. That's what it looks like in the can. And I'm going to scoop some out and put it in this little container right here. I don't know how much I'm going to need, so I'm just going to take a couple scoops. Now open the dark walnut. I guess this we're just going to pour a little bit in there. I don't know how this is going to mix together. We're going to find out. Interesting. I think I'm going to put a little bit more in. That looks pretty dark. Let's give it a try. Well, I'm going to do the back side first. One last look at it. I'm going to use a brush and then I'm going to wipe it in with a rag. Let's give it a go. So far, so good. Let it sit on there a few minutes and then I'm going to wipe it off. I decided not to put the stain on and then wipe it off with a rag. I decided to put a couple heavy coats of the stain on the guitar body and let it sit overnight till it completely dried, and then I'm going to sand it back some. So this is how it came out. Now the reason I'm going to sand this back is because I want to see the wood grain through the stain. And right now you can't really see the wood grain. So I'm going to sand it and we're going to see how it looks. And I'm going to start here on the back. Well, I got that red stain sanded off just how I like it. I'm going to show it to you, but first I'm going to add 3 coats of semi-gloss lacquer. Well, the 3 coats of semi-gloss lacquer has dried on the body. I think it looks beautiful. Some of you are going to like it, some of you are going to love it, and some of you are not going to like it at all. But anyway, here it is. This is how it came out. There's the back. Has a little shine to it, if you can see that. Yeah, that's just how I like it. I think it came out awesome. Now, let's put this thing together. Well, I'm not going to scuff up the neck plate at all. I'm going to leave it just like that, nice and shiny, so that should make some of you very happy. I do have a little audience in the background watching me build the guitar, the chickens back there. Now I did already do a dry fit of the neck. It fits nice and snug, so I'm going to get it in there and flip it over and put on the plate. That's how it's going to look. I think it looks awesome. Can't wait to get the rest of the thing together. Now I told these chickens to quiet down a little bit while I'm doing this video, but they don't listen. Well, I got this guitar all put together, strung up and set up, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really like it. It's definitely super light. It's probably as light as my acoustic guitar. If you can remember when I showed you the neck, when I put the straight edge on the top of it, when it got close down toward the headstock, it kind of went down just a little bit. But after I strung it up and tuned it up, the string tension did bring the neck back up a little bit and corrected itself. So I was happy about that. I know what you're thinking. Stop the yik-yakking and show us what it looks like. I was going to do that. Come on. Now, since I mixed a couple stains together to get that color, I was thinking about calling it a Frankenstein caster. What do you think about that? This will give you an idea of what it sounds like. I'm going through my Fender Champion 40 over there. This is on a clean channel, and I'm on the neck pickup. Here's both pickups. And the bridge pickup. I'm going to play it on the middle. Sounds good. Well, I don't think the tone is that bad on this thing at all. I kind of like the way it plays. Let me know what you think down there in the comments. What do you think about the finish? What do you think about how it sounds? Let me know. Well, I don't know if you had fun, but I had a blast building that thing. And I can't wait to pick out a new one. If you want to see what I do I don't know if you had fun, but I had a blast building that thing and can't wait to pick out a new one. If you want to see what I do to the next guitar, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Give it a thumbs up, and to help support this channel, please do leave a comment. And I will also be building more smoking hot cigar box guitars. From the backwoods, my name's Michael, and I'll see you in the next one.